Okay, as we started with the OOPS concept, guys, and we did cover lots of things like constructor, creating objects, creating class. These sorts we did cover in previous sessions. Today we're gonna start with the first building blocks of OOPS, which we can say inheritance. What is inheritance? What is the role of inheritance in development section? What is the role of inheritance in testing section? We will see a little bit in here, and we will see a little bit in once we start with the Selenium as well, because these concepts we will get and we will use it there. Just try to learn the concept or understand that in a way which I'm declaring the classes, in a way which I'm using the syntax. These sorts will all used in Selenium. So with no further delay, let me share the screen. And before starting, do you have any question, guys, in previous sessions? Any question? Okay, no question. Thank you for confirmation. Just give me a minute. Connect the pad. That's good. Okay. Okay, guys. Now we will jumping into the concept of inheritance. But before starting with inheritance, just let me give you a clear example. Inheritance means that copying the already future existence of something from another thing. Like we can say, we can give the example of parent and child, that child will get the all properties in I mean the blood, the DNA, everything acquires from their parent, means from their father. The relationship of inheritance is same like that. It because as we said that Java OOPS concept follows the real world problems. It means that whatever we are dealing in real world, they implement it in these four OOPS concepts. Now, inheritance, according to definition, is what? Let me make it in a full screen size. Okay, that's good. Now, inheritance is a mechanism which acquire all the properties of the object, behavior of the object from their parent class. What is parent class? We will see. And we can say that the idea behind the inheritance is creating a new class from already existing class. The good example of inheritance in programming or development, we can say that once the update comes into your software, so for example, you install the TikTok software in your phone, and after 1 year, the TikTok will send you notification that, hey, you need to update your version of TikTok. This updating, this updation, or this updating is done by this concept of inheritance. Inheritance means that you have already one version, so you don't need to destroy that version. You can copy the same related data of that version and add a new feature to that version and launch that version. So this is called inheritance. Now, we use inheritance for two purposes. One for method overriding, that is a runtime polymorphism. Once we start with polymorphism, you can understand there. Second is for code reusability. Code reusability means that you will create one class and all of the means all suppose for example you're working in a 1,000 people team. If someone creates a class of time, so all 9,999 people can use that class. Means one person create one class, so all other can use it without creating individually everyone. Now, terms and condition terms that we have in inheritance. That is class, subclass, and superclass. What are these? We will see. First of all, according to definition, what is class? A class is a group of objects which has common property. Common property means that you're defining a class and you can create a multiple object of that. Or it's a template or blueprint, or we can say it's a map that we have. Okay, guys, do you guys hear me? Abdul, now you can hear me? Okay, someone just ask a question. Now we have two other classes that it's first class is subclass or child class, we can say. Next is superclass or parent class, that we can say. What are the usability of these things? We will see. Subclass or child class is a class which inherits other classes. Means this child class will be the new class which we're gonna create. It's also called as a what? Derived class, extended class, or child class. Well, now what is superclass? Superclass, or it is synonym parent class, is a class where subclass inherits the future. Means the child class or the new class which we created will inherit. This is also we can call it an old class, older version of the class. It's also called as a base class or parent class. We can say right here. This was about the inheritance definition, why we use inheritance, the terms that we have in inheritance, that subclass, child class, or superclass, or we can say parent class. We will see those examples once we start with the writing the program. So as of now, just we are explaining the concept. Let's move to next slide. In here, we have the definition of reusability. Reusability means that you can, which we can facilitate the use of fields, methods of the what existing class. For example, you have a class of employee that you have already lots of data there. So you can use that class of employee without any hesitation. And here I took the example that how we gonna create or write the syntax of inheritance. That will be class. Subclass, I told you that that will be the new class which we are going to create. Extends is a keyword that connect us with the older version of the class. It's a superclass name, and between the bracket we can set the fields and methods. The extend keywords, and here I take the definition that makes the class derived from an existing class. This is only a simple question. Now in next slide, I took an example of employee in a programmer. Now, employee and programmer, these are connected with each other. How? Like for example, let me go to, wait a second. Let me go to Paint. For example, employee is a common property that each company, each section, each government section has. Like for example, we have employee, I don't know why it's not working. Wait a second, let me open the whiteboard. Close this. Let's wait for a moment. Here it is. Let me close this. That's good. And then we take this pen. Now let's start. Now, what is employee? Employee is a common name for all departments. Like we have development department, which has employees. We have HR department that they also have employees. We have sales department that they have also employee. We have others like marketing department that also they have a common property, which is what? Which is employee. Now, employee is a development employee, employee is a HR employee, employees can be or is a sales employee. This is the relationship of inheritance that we have. Now, in here, I took the example like, wait a second, let me go to full screen mode. Employees are one class that we have, someone has created that hey, we are team of 7, 8, or we can say we have team of 100 people. I created the class employee. Suppose I'm the team leader. I created the class employee. Others 99 people or 59 or 60, whatever people are present in the team. So they need to, whenever they're using or they're creating departments, they need to take what? They need to take the use of an employee class for their salary. For example, let's go to the code section. Let me go to code. Okay. This section. Now let's create a program for that. So see, oops. Okay. This is oops. I will create a new file for that. But let's take a new package for that. Let's name it inheritance. First of all, I will take a new package. I will name it as a inheritance. Click on finish. Now inside the package of inheritance, I will create my files or classes. Now I'll name it as a what? Basic inheritance. Check mark the public static void, click on finish. Created the class basic inheritance. Now let's take an example of what? The scenario is like this, that we are going to create what? We are going to create a software that we can say it's a ERP software. ERP, or we can say MIS, Management Information System, or it's a database that store all the information of the employee in records or other operations that we can do with the ERP. Now this ERP, inside this ERP, it belongs to one of the company, like we can say it belongs to Infosys company. Infosys company. Infosys company create an ERP for their internal management. This is a software that manages the internal task and operation of the Infosys company. Now Infosys company has lots of departments, like Infosys company has department of HR. Infosys company have department of finance. Infosys company has department of what? Marketing. Marketing. Infosys company department of what? Development. Department of IT. Or next, Infosys has some other departments like logistic, and others. Now, these all of departments, we are a team of what? We are a team of 50 people. One team leader plus 50 people. The total will be 51 person. Now, I'm the team leader and you're the team. I will ask you people that, hey guys, I am going to create one common property for all of them, because between HR, finance, marketing, development, IT, and logistics, there is one common property which we can say employee. Because all of these departments have the employees. Like HR also have the employees, finance also have the employees, marketing also, IT, logistic, and development. Everyone has a word employee. Now these employee needs word salary. They have a salary with them. Now my task is I will create the class of employee and I will assign the salaries for the employees. And I will assign the task for other 50 people that, hey, you 5 work on HR department. But whenever you come to the salary of the employer, you need to use my class, which I created. I will ask 5 others that, hey, you guys need to create the finance system for the ERP of Infosys. So finance system, once you reach with the employees or information of the employees, you need to use the employee class, which I created on the above. You don't need to create separated employee class. Same for marketing, development, and IT logistic as well. Now the scenario I created here, let's go to the scenario. I will do it. Class, I will create, I'm the team leader. I will create the class employee. I will put the employee information right here. So for example, I will take the salary, and salary will be equal to what? Like for example, let's say salary of 40,000. 40,000. Now let's say this will be HR salary. HR salary will be 40,000. I will define one another variable, enter. I would say finance, if for finance, salary will be equal to, suppose 50,000. Let's make this 40. And we can say that I'm creating the fields. Like we can say development, dev salary will be what? Dev salary will be equal to 80,000. So let's take that much as enough. Now, someone comes and use what? I will assign someone that, hey, you need to create what? You need to create the class of HR. So team which I assigned HR class for them, they will create like this class, what? HR. Now, HR doing what? HR needs also to get the information of the employee salary. Now, HR need to what? Use the extend keyword. Extends what? Employee. This is the basic structure of what? Inheritance that we can say. That once this is my subclass or child class, we can say this employee is the parent class or super class, we can say. Now, with the help of extend keyword that I used here, I make a connection point between this HR and employee. That now with the extend keywords, I create a bridge that they can travel, data can travel between these two classes without knowing this, without concerning or any extra public static void method that we create, we inherit through this. Now, this extend keywords says that you create a bridge between employee and HR. Now, what I will do? Instead, I will do right here. What? Now I will display. I will take name string name equal to right, we'll put name equal to Khan, or we can name it Ali. I just put that much information. Now I will go and do it. I will create the class of what? Class of finance. Finance. And finance also need what? To extend, because finance also need a salary and they need to extend the what? Extends the F salary, finance salary. Extends employee. Now, finance also has a name. Control C, paste it here. Name for finance. Name, finance name will be John. That much is enough. Just let's remove the development salary. We don't need it as of now, because we just created two classes. Now inside my public static void main, what I will do? Instead, I will do like this. In my public static void main, I will go and create what? Create the classes of my what? My child class. Like for example, I need to access the data of my child class, HR class. So I'll go HR rate, or we can show equal to new what? HR. I created the object of HR. Now I will do what? I will display them. System dot out dot println. We'll add semicolon. Now I would say name of HR plus show dot. Now you can say that if I add show dot, I can easily access this name section. Am I right? Yeah, I can easily access it without any hesitation. But what if I want to display the salary of the HR? Because if you see in class of HR, we don't have any salary. But wait a second, we are forgetting that we did what? We extend the HR salary from the employee class. Now, with the help of this show.hr salary, we can access directly this section, this area of what? This area of code, this HR salary. How this is possible? This is possible through extends keyword. that I called extends keyword. Then I say to compiler that, hey, compiler, I use extend keywords and I derived this data from the employee class. This is my employee class. So each and every time, whenever I'm accessing this HR salary, so access it without any hesitation. If I run this, you can see that name of HR is Ali. Now let's make it salary. Salary of HR is what? 40,000. Now, if I want to create, if I want to access the finance data, so I need to create object of finance data. Let's make it read or DISP display equal to new. Add a semicolon. Now let's copy this section. Control C. Let's make it like this. I will call the object of DISP. Let's put DISP dot what? DISP dot F name. I would display. And next, DISP dot F salary. How these data will be displayed? We will discuss it. Finance. Name of finance. Finance. And we can set salary of finance. If I display this, if I run the program again, you can see name of HR Ali, salary of HR 40,000, name of finance John, salary of finance 50,000. How this happened that even we don't have what? Even we don't have the salary fields, the salary data inside my word, inside my created classes like finance and HR, but I can access these salary 40,000 and 50,000. How does that happen? Let's see it in Snappy tools. Let me take the screenshot with the Snappy. Let me close this. Let me take this a little bit upper. Let's make this like this. Okay, this part is also, let me maximize this. Now let me open the Snappy tool. Let's take a screenshot of that. How this thing happened, let's see it in Snappy. Now, when I run this, all the time compilers start from this main section or main method of my program. So once compiler come here, compiler first of all will see what HR. Okay, HR is a class. It has an object of show that we created. Okay, compiler go to where? Compiler go to HR class, which is exactly here. Okay, in HR class, they will assign a memory area place that will name it HR. Name it what? Name it the show, the object which we create. Now inside the HR class, I have what? I have only name field which stored the Ali value inside that. But HR class has one another thing. The compiler will see that, oh, extend is also used. And whenever the creator of Java created this extend keyword, the compilers only understand that if you encountered or you face with the extend keywords, it means that it is the concept of inheritance, and this person inherits or extends or use some other classes also and tied with this class. Okay, after extends, I have employee. Now a compiler will understand that, oh, there is another class named employee. Go and find employee also. Once compiler find the employee class, okay, they will store the data of employee, that it has two variable or two fields, HR salary and F salary. The compiler will store these data. Now, compiler will come to the main section again. After the creation of this object, compiler say that we have two display methods. First, name of HR. Now with the help of show.name, it will display Ali for me, first of all. Next line, I told that show is object of HR, but HR salary is not present in my HR class. So what will compiler do? Compiler will check that, oh, okay, the compiler has the end that they extend the employee class. They will go there and find the HR salary and display the HR salary from there. Same concept happened for finance, that they will create a finance data, compiler will store the finance inside that. Once if name is inside my finance itself, but if salary is not present here, but I give one hint that extend employee. Okay, extend employee, they will go and search for F salary inside the employee class. Once they find the F salary, they will display with the name that we given, like name of the F finance is John and salary is 50,000. This was the concept of what? Inheritance that we are using right here. Now let's see the chat box if we have any questions. Okay, I haven't your voice. HR and finance are child of employee. Yes, exactly, Feroz. Now, you guys understand what was the topic about the inheritance today? We didn't finish yet, just we started. Any question till this point? Any confusion? Abdul, I didn't get your question. The main class, I employee. What is I employee? You can speak up, Abdul, if you can.
Hi, sir. How are you?
I'm good, Abdul. How are you?
Good, thank you. The main class is employee. Am I right?
No. Your main class is here, public static void main, inside the basic inheritance. But the employee classes is what? That I don't need to create each and every time whenever I'm creating HR department, I need to create the salaries for that employee class. So I created one employee class and I use that employee class many times. This is called the concept of reusability.
Then inheritance is package, implies a class, then we can extend it to the other classes.
Yes, exactly. If inherit today, I show you that if you want to use the property in whatever data is inside another class and through other class, so I use it with the help of inheritance. Like HR is one another class and employee is one another class. I used the data of employee with the help of object of what? HR. How it's possible? It's possible with the help of extend keyword.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Now say no. Go ahead, guys. Type this program. Let me make it in first. Let's make it like this. Okay, go ahead. Start typing the program. I'll give you 5 minutes for that. I'll pause the recording for a minute.
Sorry.
So this was all about what? A basic example of inheritance that we took right in the class. Now let's jump back to our slides and see What is next? Now, guys, we have what? We have types of inheritance in Java. Like, as of now, we study that this is inheritance, this is parent class, these are the child class. We derive child class from parent class, so we use that data. Now, each accessing of these data has different patterns. These patterns are called types of inheritance. Now, on the basis of classes, we have three types of inheritance. First is single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, and third is hierarchical inheritance. We have two other inheritance as well, but these are multiple and hybrid, but we don't use it in Java. We use it only when we use the interface keyword. Once we reach with the interface keyword, we will learn that. But as of now, we have three types of inheritance. And why these two others are not possible in Java, we will see the example as well. Now, first thing is single level inheritance. What is single level inheritance means? The relationship of a parent and child, the relationship of son and father. This is called single level inheritance. And let's see how it looks like in coding. Let me go to my Eclipse. I will take a new file for that. Let me take new class. I will name it single inheritance. Inheritance. I'll check it public static void main. I'll click on finish. Now this is my single level inheritance. As we said that the relationship between the parent and child, the relationship between son and father. Now let's see. I will take a class of what? I will take a class of like, let's say class of father. Father class has a method like 8 methods. Father is a human. He can eat, he can swim, he can walk, he can talk, he can do anything. Now, eat, let's give it void, only eat. It's a method. And here we will display system dot out dot println. We will say that he is eating. Suppose this is my father class, method is eating, and let's create one another method as well. Void like walking. Now system dot out dot print ln. Inside that, let's say is walking. I have these two methods inside my father class. Now I will create son class. Class son. Let's say son also has the same functionality and same method, because all the time son will occupy all the properties of father class. So this is called a single level inheritance. For creating single level inheritance, for example, do I need to create these two different classes which I created, right? These two different methods which I created in father class? No. If they have same property, why should I create and repeat or duplicate the methods which already exist inside my father class. So rather that I will use that with the help of extend keyword, extends father. Now in son method, I will display only one because son is a new generation. He can do an extra activity than their father. Void, like we can say using smartphone. Smartphone. Son can, because father is from the old generation, he can't use that today's smartphone, but son can use it. He is using smartphone. Now we can say that this is the updated version. Father is the older version. Just think of like a software. This is the 2 method that we have. And son is the newer version that we can say that son can also, son can eat, son can walk, but also whenever we create a son can do an extra functionality, which is using a smartphone. This is called using a smartphone. Now let's create the object of what? Which class I need to create the object of which class? Now I need to create the object of the son class, because with the help of son class, I can access the objects or the methods of father class as well. Now son show equal to new son, but semicolon. Now with the help of son, show dot. First of all, I will do what? I will call the which method? I will call the smartphone using smartphone. Next, show dot. You can see that show is object of which class, guys? Show is object of my son class. That is belongs to what? Using smartphone. But with the help of show object, show dot, I can even access which classes, which methods. Each method which is belongs to father class. And even show dot what? Show dot walking. Walking is belongs to father class. Now if I run this, you can see that he's using smartphone, he's eating, he's walking. This is called single level inheritance, that we only extend the class, we create one child class that derive from the father class, that uses the property in objects and methods of the father class. This is called a single level inheritance, that only one class can extend the parent class. And we access the data below right here. Is that clear, guys? How we use single level inheritance? Is there any confusion?
Sir, just a follow-up question.
Okay.
So the reason why we do the single level inheritance is the same reason, correct? The code reusability and also the what's it called? So we don't have to have duplicate methods, so we can just easily call it once we create it from the father class. Is that correct?
Exactly. It's correct. We don't want any duplication. That's why we implement the concept of reusability right here. Now suppose think like that father classes created father classes created by Ali is employee. And after some time, someone comes, like we can name it a Sun class is created by who? By John. John is one another developer. These classes are created by two different developers. That's why whenever John comes, John see that, okay, Sun also can eat, Sun can also walk, but someone, the client asked me that Sun class must also have the method of using smartphone. So that's why the John get the two other methods from the father class with the help of extend keywords and just add one other method inside Sun class and use it right there. You can think like that also. If it is not clear, in next multi-level inheritance, we will see it more clear after this. These single level, multi-level and hierarchical, these are conceptually same, but it is a pattern type. In a pattern format, it is a little bit different. But conceptually, they are same. They're using or they're implementing the concept of reusability. Just I will give you 3 minutes, write the code. Okay, this was all about single level inheritance, guys. Let's get back to the slide. We have multi-level inheritance as well. The relationship between multi-level inheritance is like the relationship between grandchild, father, and grandfather. Like we have grandfather, we have father, and we are the son. What is the relationship? My relationship between me and my father, that I'm son of my father, and the relationship between me and my grandfather, that I am the son of his son. This is the relationship of multi-level inheritance that we can implement. How we will implement it? Let's see it in code. Okay, I will take a new file for that. Right-click on that. Go to new class. Let's make it multi-level inheritance. I will click on public static void. Finish. Okay, we have created a new file. Let's clear these things. That's cool. Let me clear this. Now, for example, take the scenario like this, that you're a team of 3 peoples. You're a team of 3 peoples. For example, in this team, there are 3 peoples working. First one is like Ahmad Samadi. Samadi is the team leader, The other team, the next one, Sonia, is also a team member. And we have one another. Let's take who will be the next one? Like we can say Mustafa. Mustafa is also a team member. Okay. Now, Ahmad Samadi is a team leader who is going to create a class. Who's going to create a class of what? Like, for example, let's take it like this. You guys are working on WhatsApp project. First of all, WhatsApp has these features. WhatsApp. This is class of WhatsApp application. Okay, and WhatsApp, we have methods of what? in first release, it was only, I guess, I don't know, but we can guess it like this. In first version, it was only voice call, functionality, that only system.out.println. This method is created by Ahmad Samadi, who's the team developer. User can do voice call. This method is created by who? By Ahmad Samadi. Now, WhatsApp has one another method, which we can say this method or class is created by who? By Sonia. And this method will be what? Video call. WhatsApp one, we can say it, video call. Video call. Sorry. Video call. This is class of video call. Now we can create a method. You call method. Let's make it. Let's create system dot out dot println. Now Sonia will print that user can do video call. Video call. Now, in this team member, Mustafa will resign from the team. Mustafa will not work. But here is a point that Ahmad Samadi assigned a task of texting, chatting. For what? Chatting to Mustafa. Now Mustafa was a team member. Mustafa now resigned from his job. Mustafa is working in another tech joint company like Facebook and Microsoft. Now the duty is that instead of Mustafa, someone else will come. Like instead of Mustafa, we can say that Fahim will come. Now this task is assigned to Fahim that, hey Fahim, your task is to create an application of chatting. Fahim duty is to do what? Whenever this source code is handed over to Fahim, the duty of Fahim is that Fahim will not erase this all of code. Fahim will see that, okay, in WhatsApp class, I have the functionality of voice call. In video call class, I have the functionality of video call. My duty is to do what? To only create class what? Class chatting. Chatting. Now I have one method video, void, sorry, chat. And I will print system.out.println. I would say user is chatting. User is chatting. Now, for this is done by who? This is created by Fahim. This is created by Sonia. And the first one is created by Ahmad. So how would I connect these things to each other, to one another, so that I can use all of them through one object? You can see that I have how many classes I have? 1, 2, 3. But I need to create one object and access all of these methods: voice call, video call, and chat. Well, for this, we have this inheritance that video call extends what? WhatsApp. Say that. WhatsApp. Copy this. Yes, give the name wrong. Yeah, let me make it. WhatsApp. Okay. Now this, let's copy this, extend. Which class? It extends video call class, because it's the relationship of son, father, and grandfather.
Wow.
Grandfather. Father. And son, we can say. We can access these classes like this. After that, I should do what? Now in my main method, I will create the object of chatting class only. Chatting, DSP. Someone was asking question. Okay, no worries. New chatting again, I'll put semicolon. Now with the help of DISP, look, if I put dot DISP dot, first of all, I will display chat. I can do DISP dot. Next method is video call. I can access that also. You can see that video call is not exist inside my chatting class, but still I can access it with the help of this DISP. Why I can access it? Because chatting extend video call, it's parent class. So with the help of extend keyword, I can use the method of void video call. Next, DISP dot, what? Voice call. Even I access voice call also. Why I can access voice call? Because DISP extends what? DISP is the object of chatting. Chatting extends video call. Now, chatting is parent of child of what? Video call. Now, video call again child of who? Child of WhatsApp. Now, with the help of this extent, even I can go beyond one level other, which is I can access voice call also with the help of this. You can see that how it is beautiful that I create multiple classes, but with the help of one object, I can access all the methods which exist in my classes. If I run this, this is called reusability. If I run this, and if I see the data, you can see that user is chatting, user can do video call, user can do voice call. The application of WhatsApp is also built like this, that they distribute the classes between the developers like this, that suppose then the WhatsApp call, just take that there will be 10,000 to 15,000 classes, which is divided by the 15,000 developers between them. And how they access, they set a rule that, hey, I will create this class. You need to, if you want a video call access, so you need to extend my classes in a same folder structure directory. They are creating like this. This was for the multi-level inheritance. Hope it is clear, guys. If it is not clear, I can explain it again. Is there any question, guys? Yes.
I have a question, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, Katya.
So when you're doing the multi-level inheritance, do you have to do in the order that you went? Like you see how you went to from WhatsApp first, then you extend it to video call, or can I do it based on what I'm working on that moment? Like for example, I might need to extend video call instead of WhatsApp first. Will that matter the order on how it's being inherited?
Sorry, Katya, I didn't get your last point.
So the order and how I'm doing the extends, would that matter on how I want to use my code? Like for example, line 12, right? You extend it to WhatsApp.
Yeah.
But let's say I want to extend that to video call. The order wouldn't affect, correct? Or do I have to follow the order?
Yeah, you need to follow up the order, Katya. In here, you can't access the video call because video call is it's a child class. You cannot extend video call. You can extend the video call right in here because chatting is son of what? It is a subclass of video call, but video call is subclass of what? WhatsApp. You can follow up with the order. You cannot go like this, that you have to break the order. But yeah, in part of display, you can display it in any order. No worries.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yeah, you're most welcome. Is there any limitation for extending the class? No, Ahmad Weiss, there is no limitation. You can create 10,000 class, you can extend 10,000 times. There is no limitation. I'll give you 5 minutes for that. Just write down the code. Okay, guys, as we did cover today, inheritance, we see the definition of the inheritance, we see the same types of inheritance, single level inheritance, and we see the multi-level inheritance. But we are still remaining with the hierarchy inheritance that we will study tomorrow. It's very easy, nothing so difficult in that. With that, the time's up also. We will winding up here. I will pause the recording also, and we'll see the screens. You stop the recording.